I just have a feeling this might pop off a little bit on my Extras channel, because when we had Titans League Bronze going on the Extras channel, people were really enjoying the content there. Obviously, we have a lot of people here on the stream. I want to say thank you to everyone. I know most people are lurking, but this is basically getting us warmed up for the big guns. Later on, we'll eventually have Platinum starting with their $65,000 prize pool. But Gabi has made it to Silver. This is the 10K League, and so has Thunderbolt. In the first round, Gabi got 1 win and 2 losses. And Thunderbolt got 2 wins and 1 loss. So play all 3 here. Thunderbolt, maybe the only high-level player from Bulgaria. There's not many. And as I was just saying, I think he's really improved. But he will know that Gabi likes to bring you down to her level. She likes to be aggressive. And when the nerves are high, Gabi can produce some really crazy games. Gabi is, of course, one of very few high-level female players, which is awesome to see. And she just really likes to ramp up the pressure here. And we've got slopes. So as I explained earlier, we've adapted slopes a little bit. We've opened it up, so it's harder to wall off your base when compared to the past. But then you have the resources on the sides of either slope. And there is 1 deer on both sides. Is it just me, or did a deer not spawn here? Oh, no, it's right there. Okay. I was apparently I'm blind. But we made it so there's 1 deer on each side. In the past, it used to be 4, but then no one would ever build a mill out here because you could just push in all the deer. So we put 1 on both sides, so you still have the option to push the deer if you wish to. But then there's still a lot of food with the rabbits, which can't be pushed, and also the shorefish. And so we may or may not see a mill. I really think we're only going to see mills out here if players are going for infantry builds. Because on the back of the infantry builds, you have a little bit more time because your opponent is spending time reacting to you. But also you need the recovery of the food. So honestly, with these civs, they're both pretty good civs to go scouts or archer. And honestly, knowing these players, we might not see anyone take the risk out there. Especially with it being the first game, they might just want to play super safe. Arbase, that was still so funny, man. I gotta look back. If you could resend me that screenshot in between games, I can look at it. Arbase called a restart. So for those that don't know, Arbase is one of the admins. And we were being really particular in an important series to make sure that everyone had their deer spawn properly. And he looked at a game and the deer was behind the scouts. And he was like, oh my God, there's only 5 deer or whatever. So he miscounted because the deer was behind the scout. So when I saw the screenshot he used to justify the restart, you could see the deer's antlers right behind the scout's head. It was so funny. Oh my God. Thankfully, there was no big drama or anything. They just replayed it, but the map was not bugged. But yeah, think about your scout, right? You obviously want to know where the opponent's town center is going to be. But now that you've got these areas at the top of the hill, you might want to check that too. So Gabi already knows where the town center is. I guess technically so does Thunderbolt, because you always should know it's in the middle and how the map spawns the TC. But Gabi will check here now, and she won't find anything. And she'll probably move around, look to see if the berries are being taken, look to see if the other res are being taken. We do have a barracks for Thunderbolt. So this tells me Thunderbolt could be looking to go for some type of man-at-arm build after all. And Thunderbolt sees Gabi's villagers, sees the second lumber camp. This pretty much eliminates man-at-arms opening. So Thunderbolt should have that knowledge. Gabi walked by. Gabi walked behind the wood line, so did not see the gold, does not see the militia. Might want to verify and check this area here. But, I mean, again, you don't have a ton of food on the back of this for Thunderbolt. So to do this and not have a mill on the sides can be rather complicated. I still wouldn't mind him doing that. But here come the militia, and Gabi did see it. And Gabi's going for a lot of walls. These walls will all delay her barracks and her stable or whatever her plan is. But that was a really nice hit with her town center. She's going to want this scout to come chase that down because her scout's stronger. But still, Gabi might be late to the army. So it'll be frustrating for Thunderbolt. He's going to feel like he's not getting value from his attack. I would argue he very much is. Because the barracks is late. The stable won't be up on time. But will Thunderbolt have the guts to move out to the sides? It feels very risky when you know your opponent could be going for scouts. T90, would you consider updating the chicken emote to use the T90 chicken from your music video about the chicken story? Maybe. I could be tempted. I mean, it's a hilarious song. I'm still not fully in love with some of the animations and the things that video had me... the things my fake T90 was doing in that video. But yeah, if you guys would be down, maybe we could add that. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, good. But I can show you later if you want. So Gabi wanted a full wall, but look what happens. Now she has to go for the small walls. I'm seeing lots of villagers standing around, lots of idle time. And Thunderbolt didn't invest into Man-at-Arms. That's actually good here. Like, he got good value from his units. Nice reactions. I think Gabi wanted to go scouts, and now she's opening with an archer range. So she's changed her plan a little bit. Berries are still going to be forward on the front. Archer range will come up for Thunderbolt. He, of course, gets some wood income from taking the berries with the Portuguese. And we'll just be archer range for both. Man, Thunderbolt, is he going to check this? I was just going to say, he never went up here, and now he sees Gabi's been getting away with that food, and he cannot let that happen. At the same time, though, Gabi's going to realize she's been spotted, and she's fine for now. Nothing's going to kill her yet. And now her scout is looking. She might actually think that there's units on the way. I would have expected the immediate range and that there's an archer or two on the way. The fact that the archer range is late for Thunderbolt's actually kind of good for him here, because Gabi's going to be really paranoid. Thunderbolt will be happy with his economy. T90, what do you think about Age of Mythology? I didn't really play it beyond being an uber casual when I was a kid. I'm not in love with it, but I certainly have some good memories with it. I think I just pretty much flew around the map with like Pegasus or something. Scout, we're hoping to survive for Thunderbolt on 1 HP. And will the Scout survive? Notice Thunderbolt doesn't want Gabi to know what's happening at his base right now, and so he loses the Scout. Gabi's going for quite a few skirmishers. He still has the villagers safe up here. We do have a stable now for Thunderbolt. So we got big walls from Thunderbolt. There's a lot to wall up here. Scouts makes a lot of sense. Scouts will be an obvious thing for Gabi if her scout sees it, though. She should be checking the front. 4 OKD for Gabi. Super smooth in that regard. She also got Horse Collar for all of her farms. So her food eco will be good long term. She also has the villagers up here. What she won't have, though, is the easy potential for damage. So I think her goal now is going to be to just harass the wood line, which is fine. But if Thunderbolt has scouts as well, she might need to back off. But good scouting from her. Yeah. Yeah, and the archer pops out as well. Yeah. Interesting decision now for Gabi. Because you might just want to come home, but going home is a wasted trip then, right? Thunderbolt's just going to leave the wood line, so he's not even going to mess around, and he's going to move forward. Now Gabi has to run, and now the villagers are leaving. Damn, I love this game. This is a fun one. So yeah, good move for Gabi. That's obviously a great counterattack, but nice job for Thunderbolt to not really give that any power. And now Gabi is almost completely walled at home. The berries are actually the most exposed area for her. And here comes Thunderbolt looking for the Vills, and the Vills aren't here anymore. Is there anyone watching that has never seen a lot of games on this map? Type a, but we won't, yeah, we'll do a 1, that's fine. I was going to say like 1,675,500 or something, just to be a troll, but... It's one of those maps, so for some of my events in the past, I've always wanted to have brand new maps that had never been seen before. And in this case, I have no map scripting skills, right? I just have like the theory crafting. So I basically went to the map team. We got on voice and I had drawn things on paint. And this was one of them. So obviously it took many versions to get here, but it makes it a little bit more special to see the games play out very nicely. From here, you're going to have the... From here, from a player's perspective, you have to weigh the pros and cons. And that's really what all my maps try and do, pros and cons. And you have to decide, do you want long-term wood and take the sides? If you do, that's great. That's there. But then also all the stone and gold in the middle is also very valuable. Beautiful job from Gabi. 5-1 KD for her so far. And the archers for Thunderbolt are going to go home. And the Scout Edition didn't do a lot. He does save the archers, though. And the skirms have delayed the castle age time for Gabi. So, who designed the pants map? Well, that was... Pants was also... It's not pants, it's Bay. But that was also a paint design. That was... So Cup, Bay, Slopes, High Tides, Bypass. In the case of Evacuation and... what was the one with the chop in the middle? Evacuation was a Hank concept. And then there was also, I think, Hidden Forts is what we called it. Hidden Forts had the, that was originally a Young Panda idea. But yeah, it's cool to see Slopes back. Happy to have it here, so. I don't think this has ever been seen in team games, no. There's some maps that have similar elevation and stuff, but. Yeah, so Thunderbolt's going to just play crossbow. And it's kind of ballsy because you see a lot of skirmishers. But what Thunderbolt's really good at is hitting the castle age times. And so you can beat skirmisher if you get crossbow before they get the upgrades. He's been extremely patient, extremely solid here. Gabi must be a little bit confused because she doesn't see the army. But if she sees the town center has a flag on it, she should know that that's the archers. No one's just going to have a random unit in there. She doesn't see it. Okay, now she sees it. And you see all the arrows? Yeah, she'll know. She'll know that that's the archers just chilling in there, which is kind of funny. Well, upgrades will be in for Thunderbolt. He'll probably add a knight, hoping to help provide some protection. But when you go for this build, you really don't have a lot of food eco. So the siege feels like a good call. Some people will try and make too many knights, and then they realize the knights won't do enough. Gabi had to work a lot harder than Thunderbolt this game, in many ways, I would say. But she'll still be in Castle Age. The idea of having that map control like she had is she has enough time to fall back, get her upgrades, and then she could be fine. T90, why did you not have Fractal in the map pool? Well, so the idea is with TTL, we want a good variety of map types, but we also don't want to repeat maps that have been used in prior seasons. In this case, I think every single map in the pool was not used in the previous season. There might be the exception of one or two. So, yeah, the idea of Fractal, we used Fractal before. And so we didn't want to use Fractal again. We replaced it with some other maps which have similar elements. Just to keep things fresh, keep the meta fresh, and to have those other maps when we bring them back be more exciting, right? Gabi gets Elite Skirm. She gets Crossbow. So everything she has here is countered by Siege, but it's going to completely eat up the Crossbows on their own or the Knights on their own. And Thunderbolt has to be careful. Ballistics is on the way for Gabi. But Thunderbolt's dropping the second TC. Great game here. Great game. Yeah, Balak, this was originally a Hidden Cup map. So a lot of the maps that I mentioned were originally Hidden Cup maps. So, but no Hidden Cup coming. I know people really want one. I get that, but there is no Hidden Cup coming, and so there's just too many good maps, man. And then people started to use some of my maps for their events. I was like, okay, we gotta... we're throwing in Bypass. We're throwing in High Tide. I guess that makes sense, right? I've used maps as well in maybe TTL that started off elsewhere. This is one TC for Gabi, but this is a clean economy for one town center. And it should be fairly easy for her to drop the second. I like this too. She's protecting these vills. That's Thunderbolt checking this area. He was just over here and Gabi saw that. It's amazing from Thunderbolt that he chose to check this side. These guys have definitely practiced. But yeah, Gabi's wise to it. Gabi will drop the town center. Gabi still needs to be careful, though. Thunderbolt's got 3 Mangonels chasing with these crossbows now. And will also go for another TC over here. So I think what would be tough for me in Thunderbolt's position is your crossbows and your siege always have to be together at the same time. What's tough from Gabi's perspective is maybe you've gone too far. And Gabi's got to micro her way out of this. 3 mangonels, though, extremely difficult. And she's typically a numbers player. She's not a player whose micro is always perfect. Honestly, could be worse. Well, and it just gets a little bit worse there. At least she's making Thunderbolt work very hard here. And if she can save the crossbows, this will be fine. Yeah, that's okay. You killed all the crossbows. You only lost, what, 5 or 6 skirms? That's okay for Gabi. Watch Thunderbolt kill himself? Okay, didn't happen. Oh, man, this is what she does. She's got another army over here. All Thunderbolt has, guys, is the mangonels. And he stopped making army, and the crossbows are through, and there's an overchop and disaster for Thunderbolt. Freaking Gabi, man. How did she escape with that other army? She escaped with this army, didn't lose the whole thing, and now she's in the back with 4 crossbows, and yikes. Thunderbolt, he just committed everything into the siege. And the crossbows went down, and he didn't have any more knights. He wasn't really sure what to make. Gabi tends to go army first and then eco. She's still only on 2 town centers. I think now would be an opportunity for a 3rd if she wants to, but that's a great value. Thunderbolt forced to the front. This game just got way more chaotic than he was hoping for. And so he's going to have to go for some big extremes. But watch this from Gabi's perspective. So Gabi sees those vills have to go somewhere. And here she comes. So the crossbows have done their job on the back. Now the crossbows are here on the front. She sees the mangonel as well. Snipe after snipe after snipe. And she runs away. She does lose the crossbows in the back, but 17 villager kills for Gabi. She's still only ahead by 7. But her eco is still so good, and she's also going to make some knights now. Because all it is for Thunderbolt is just siege. And you need that consistent army, and like against a really good army player, siege is never really enough. Now, Thunderbolt knows this is bad now. He's going to hope his economy is good enough. Hope he can land a shot. And TCs are going up. Let's see. Guys, if you're going to be weird, like, I'm serious. I'm going to say this. Not to give attention to these types of comments. But stop being weird. Just stop being weird, all right? I hate it. You know, I cast Gabi. I think it's amazing. We got players from all regions of the world. I think it's awesome we have a girl player. There's always one random guy who has to make it weird for women in the scene. Stop. Thank you, mods. I was good micro from Gabi as I was ranting when I probably shouldn't have been, but what are you going to do? It's like, it's not even funny. Like, I know the average age of the audience as well, right? It's not like it's a bunch of 16-year-olds. It's like, come on, man. She's got a nice lead now. She'll drop the 3rd TC. She's going to switch full knights. So, Thunderbolt's still relying on the siege. And then if the knights move in, I think it might be GG, guys. I mean, she's just played it perfectly. And I think Thunderbolt will be thinking, what went wrong here? What could I have done differently? The crossbow timing wasn't enough. And the transitions after that needed to be something else. Oh, God, he's running away from the stone. The crossbows will feast. All the villagers will go down. The siege is gone, too. Damn. So well played from Gabi. I think this is just one of those now. You feel you're super dead. You just want to play on a little bit longer just so you can get whatever nerves you're feeling out of your system. I'm like this as well. If I'm losing the first game, I just play it out a little bit longer. If you're frustrated, you think about it now. You don't want to be thinking about it in the lobby for the next game or in the dark age of the next game. But yeah, I mean, crossbows are on the left. Knights are going to be coming through. Crossbows are on the right. It's pretty impossible for you to have a chance in this game now if you're Thunderbolt. And on the flip side of that, guys... And no, chat, I wasn't trying to call you old. I was saying that you're all mature. Or mostly mature. That's what I was saying. On the flip side of that, my conversation on staying in the game if you're losing... Being Gabi right now your confidence is only going up because you get full control. You get more of a sense of you dominating your opponent, which is only going to lead to good things. So I understand, like, fighting on and trying to untilt if you're tilted and whatnot. But at the same time, you might not want to let Gabi just feel like she can do no wrong here. But, yeah, Thunderbolt still going for this no army approach. He wants Imp now. So he's thinking, what can I do to change the situation? We'll try Imperial Age. But he didn't have his second building. And he's going to click Imp. But that is a long 3 minutes to wait, dude. That is a long 3 minutes to wait. 0 army against 35. Thunderbolt is stuck inside the town centers. Well, anything I could say about this game has pretty much already been said. This is really testing me. It's looking pretty over. Imp into what? Again, I tried to find an explanation. He's probably just in his own head a little bit. Meanwhile, Gabi will look back at her eco. Farms everywhere. She'll be up to Imp here in no time. And, I mean, she's house rushing Thunderbolt right now. She's got outposts all along. Okay, type in chat. Type a 1 in chat if you've ever not resigned because you're on the way to Imp. But then right when you hit Imp, then you call it because you want to be like, yeah, you beat me. But I was on the way to the Imperial Age, right? It's like a little bit of a saving face situation. Maybe that's what this is. I mean, he is making some army. I'm not sure how long that army's going to survive. He just lost his tower. Did he delete his tower? Or did the Knights destroy it? Maybe the Knights destroyed it. My allies in team games do that. Yeah, they do that because you let them die. And, well, he calls GG right before Imp. There was about to be a castle on his face, and Gabi beat him. I think for Thunderbolt, he maybe went for the third town center a little too early here. Gabi went for big army numbers. She delayed the town centers, and her micro was awesome. The fact that she was able to escape from 3 mangonels when she was essentially trapped was sick. And then it wasn't that army that ended the game, really. It was the 4 crossbows on the other side. So you're talking about controlling the game with military, and that's what she did. Big reactions on the left, into the counterattack on the right. I really think that things have gone wrong, though, if 4 crossbows end the game. I think if Thunderbolt continues to make his own crossbows there, he can react, and the game is much closer. But well played from Gabi. She takes the first game. So that's a total of 2 wins so far in Titans League for her because she only got 1 from the first round. And it's a total of 2 wins for Thunderbolt because he got 2 wins in the first round. We got 2 more games here. Nice. All right, so we're catching up to live time. Gabi might steal a boar. Hello, Thunderbolt. Goodbye, Thunderbolt. Gabi must have looked at the map and thought there's potential to steal boars. That's crazy. So what Thunderbolt's doing is he's pushing a deer on the outside. He's pushed multiple deer on the outside. He's just assuming he's going to find his boar. He doesn't actually even see this boar. So what you typically see on this map is not the boar focus, but you see shorefish taken with lots of mills. But because the villagers are going to be so exposed on the hill here on Monocle, we've seen a lot of infantry. I've seen Bulgarians played on this map before for free man-at-arms. I've seen Romans because of the extra armor. Just man-at-arms are so good because the fish is so strong for your food eco, you feel like you have to take it. And so, in Gabi's case, I think she might want to play man-at-arms, but also it's a pretty good archer civ on the other side to defend from it. Certainly, she's got the boar now, and there's not a lot that Thunderbolt can really do. Losing that boar really hurts. Because normally your build, you would take your deer that you pushed, you would take the 2 boars, and then you would build the barracks, and then you would drop the mill. Look, he's looking for that pig, and now he's going to lose the turkey. I mean, if you're practicing with certain players, everyone might just be a deer pusher, right? In every game that Thunderbolt has played, he's probably gotten his fair share of deer. He's had both of his boars. But, the gloves are off. It's tournament time. And now how does he adapt to this? I think it's a really smart move from Gabi. And she didn't push in any deer. She went forward to scout first and got rewarded. It is unlucky in a way for Thunderbolt because the boars don't always spawn there. Yeah, just watch Gabi's builds. She should be able to time the barracks perfectly. If that's her plan. And she doesn't need to take any of the shorefish for now. She's actually going for some big walls. Thank you, Patso. You're welcome. Thank you for the 9 months. Barracks is going to go up for Thunderbolt, so he's still going to try and stick to the plan. I think he runs out of food. He's expecting to see his boar. He's hoping that boar is out here somewhere, and there's no boar. I know pigs. In chat, he's got no pigs. And he needed a better realization. I think maybe he can manage this, but I think you'd have to delay the barracks and place the mill to recover the food on the shorefish. I don't think he can go for man-at-arms right now. Not easily. He's trying to adapt it. Gabi's here. Hello, Gabi. Oof, nice hits. Oh, really nice hits. That's a nice win for Thunderbolt. That scout is essentially dead and might die. And Gabi will just hope to get some scouting intel. She wants to know, where can I attack? Where is my target? And the answer is right there, and her scout is dead. I still think I prefer Gabi's position because economically she's in a better spot. She also has walled up. But losing that scout hurts because you don't get to see exactly what Thunderbolt will go for. Let's check, though. Any guesses on how much food is here, guys? If someone gets this, I'll give 10 subs to the stream. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Hunger, for the 5 gifted. I'll double what Hunger just gifted if someone can guess the amount of food on the shorefish specifically. Okay? No R-base, you can't cheat. No one who already has the information can say it. I don't know if it's fixed every time. All right, let's check. 18,000. 18K. You guys were way under. Seeing a lot of mid-20s to mid-40s. Okay, and everyone who's saying 18K now, you're obviously too late. So Thunderbolt's had to adapt. What this really does is this slows you down. I can see now he's housed as well as he tries to make the militia. But the plan was definitely to open with man-at-arms and then back it up with longswords. Because Armenians could go for feudal age longswords. Gabi expected that. Gabi slowed down the build with the lame. Gabi has pre-walled their villagers up here on this mill. But I think Gabi not having military control could be a problem. Like, she has no vision. And Gabi tends to like to control the game with military. The barracks will be up at the right time. She'll probably just go archers, but here comes Thunderbolt. If you did guess 18K at the right time, I noted the time that I said that. Just tell me after the game and I can verify, but... Thunderbolt is playing full longsword. He only has 4 on wood, so he's not planning on going for skirmishers or archers. Here comes the scout. Here comes the militia. Thunderbolt sees the archer range. And we have an early tower from Gabi. Here's the thing, though, guys. Longswords can take down that tower. But I guess if you have archers as well, it's still pretty strong. Thunderbolt gets his scout in here. He probably can't believe just how much Gabi has walled. But now he gets to see the wood line. Now he gets to see the golds. There is limited gold on this map. You only have 4 tiles near your TC. Long term, you have to move to the outside. And Thunderbolt knows that Gabi wants to kill the scout, so he's still running back and forth. Look at the resources collected for Thunderbolt, guys. Yeah, he was... Oh, there's a hole there! Gabi, the scout is left. The scout is left. The scout is gone. I don't think she knows the scout is gone. And Thunderbolt is going home. You don't have to report the knowledge. It's not real life. You don't have to go back here and be, hey, guys, there's a hole. Okay, let's go. And then go back through the hole. You just walk through the hole. I mean, he's probably assuming that Gabi will plug the gap because that's what any reasonable person would do. But Gabi didn't see it. That's crazy. All right, well, Gabi found the hole there. Guess there was a gap there too. We've got 6 villagers or 7 villagers on shorefish against 12. So yeah, on these shorefish maps, they tend to dominate. Delaying farms is ideal, but of course the shorefish things are exposed. I feel like Thunderbolt is waiting for archers to come. I would much prefer to just see him move forward, right? He's definitely waiting for archers. It's Gabi. He's paranoid. And he doesn't have a tower, so he's waited for a while. No archers have arrived. Now he's going to go forward. The hole is still there. Tell me he knows that. It's good for Thunderbolt that he's going to be waiting at home with skirms, but he's in aggressive mode. So I don't think he's necessarily expecting the archers from this side. He's sending all of his army forward. We're going to run a community version of this. So this is Silver League. We obviously have Gold. We also have Platinum. We'll have the Mud League. We'll have the Dirt League. We'll have the Rust League. We'll have leagues for normal players, normal viewers to sign up. Last time we had 300 people. I forget what the name of the league I was in, but I played and somebody 500 elo lower than me killed me by destroying my tower with this Armenian strategy. Because if you get arson, the tower goes down so fast. And he's diving. Thunderbolt's going to send it. Here he goes. In against the archers. He's got the skirms there too. You see, the tower doesn't do anything, dude. The tower does nothing to these longswords. Meanwhile, the skirmishers are defending. Gabi's having a really rough time taking food right now. She's lost 2 villagers. She's lost 3 villagers. And the villagers are all idle as well, right? Villagers are just still working for Thunderbolt. What a good strat. It's probably one of the best civs for the map. And still, more longswords and skirmishers can be created. I mean, it's a Castle Age unit that is available in Feudal Age only for this civ. And it's making all the difference here. 4 villager kills. Will we have a potato league? I don't know how many leagues we're going to have yet. I'll let you guys know about the community tournament. But yeah, it was awesome to have people play last time. So if you ever want to play these maps, make some friends, get a feel for playing the game with a draft and all these things you see with tournaments. We'll have that running. I don't have the dates memorized yet, but I'm hoping to use Titans League to basically promote that, and then it starts after Titans League. So you can steal all the strats from the players. You don't need to prepare yourself. What Gabi is doing is she's committing lots of ranged army, and she has the archers out there, so that's good. And the longswords do delay your castle age time because it's a lot of food and a lot of gold. Eventually, this could trend towards castle age. Nice micro from Gabi here. But yeah, chat. I'd like some self-awareness here. If you were assigned a league based on your abilities, what league name do you think you would belong in? And who knows? Maybe we'll have someone who will be like, call me Platinum League. Oh, what are you thinking? Just give me some ideas. Generic League, Iron League, Garbage League, Bot League, Spectator League, Geriatric League, Lazy League, Noob League, Rotten Tomato League. Oh, put that one on the list. You know what I want to do, though? I want to make the Rotten Tomato League like the 1200 elo bracket. I want to make the Rotten Tomato League the league where people starting to feel like they're pretty good at the game. And we'll make the uber noobs be in like a wood league or something, you know? we don't want the 100 elo players to be 100 elo and also be, you know, called rotten potatoes. That's just too harsh. So I think the mid elo guys are going to get the mean names. I'm joking. I don't know yet, but okay, that's fun. I like to hear it. Plankton League. Unk League. Oh, dude, I gotta get Unk involved. Castle Age is coming in for Gabi, which is pretty incredible, considering she lost the villagers and didn't have the shorefish for a while. But can she keep her villagers alive? Oh, God. I guess the tower is there, but her archers are going down. More villagers are dying, but Thunderbolt's villagers are standing around. Send the longsword. It's longsword. Send them to the lazy league. They were on stand ground. They weren't attacking. It's still a massacre, but we do have a counterattack from Gabi. That will be met by skirms. Yeah, the fact that Thunderbolt's got skirms here is kind of key. And Thunderbolt's still got longswords around. Gabi's off of all the fish. Loses another villager. I think if Thunderbolt kills this army here, it might be game over. But if that army's still alive and Gabi can upgrade it, maybe there's still a chance. She has a market, right? So she can buy and sell some res. And it's Gabi. So if she gets bodkin on this army, and there's a range advantage, or if she sneaks it and Thunderbolt completely misses it, talk about a just passing moment. Oh, Gabi can win this game. Yeah, that's definitely enough archers where with good micro you can massacre vills because all the vills are exposed here. He's just now adding farms, but like, man, Thunderbolt just completely missed that. I guess he just wants to keep doing damage, which is understandable. But that could have been the game right there. You kill this army, you're probably good to go castle. Now Gabi's up. Okay, things get interesting now. And honestly, once you get crossbow and bodkin, you don't need food anymore. You just need wood and gold. So this might be enough food income. There will be an army coming this way. There'll be an army coming this way. What does Thunderbolt do? He is pressuring. He might break through here. He's dropping a market. He'll feel the need to get to Castle Age. Gabi's army is here. Oh, God, Thunderbolt. Oh, man. He spent too many of his resources on longswords. Apparently, longswords don't win you the game. He had 10-0 eco KD. That's 4 easy kills for Gabi. And she's coming in with more. There is an early tower from Thunderbolt, so he has the game sense to expect that. But he is just stuck in feudal age, stuck in no man's land, and the market gets denied. What a turnaround from Gabi, man. Also, just passing. Now we've got Thunderbolt running in. Oh, God. It's death everywhere. Thunderbolt's to his town center. Gabi's to her town center, but Gabi can make more crossbows. There's 18 crossbows now. And there's only 8 skirms from Thunderbolt. The value you have to get from the longswords has to end the game, right? And then the skirm follow-up needed to kill off that army before it was upgraded. Crazy job from Gabi to just hang in there and get to Castle Age despite all that damage. And yeah, she's killing off these longswords and she's holding now. She can always make more crossbows. Those longswords will eventually die. She's micring here, though. Nice job from Thunderbolt, actually. Thunderbolt got decent value there and decent value here. But look at the army difference. It's 6 skirmishers for Thunderbolt. Gabi's got 15 crossbows. And now the army's just right back in. Oh, man. Nice resilience from Gabi. I feel like if you're killing villagers from Gabi, you're always sitting back bracing yourself because you're like, oh, man, she mad, you know? And I'm not saying she gets salty or actually gets mad, but that's the feeling, right? Killing villagers from Gabi just makes her desperate for damage, and she's already coming to your base to massacre you anyways. So, man, that's brutal. I think the only positive for Thunderbolt is the skirm count. So his skirm micro needs to be perfect. Gabi realistically should have siege right now. You're right next to each other. Your opponent's playing skirm defense. Siege needs to be out now. And yeah, okay, there it is. Will Thunderbolt even be able to afford anything, man? This is so brutal. There goes the tower. Elite skirm feels so expensive with these resources. He's got no wood income. And the tower's going up. Gabi might need some patience. Micro, all things considered, has been really good for Thunderbolt, but Gabi's still able to always have that free food income. Siege is going to be coming out. God, this feels so brutal. What a turnaround. But that's why, like, the longswords, while they are strong, they delay your Castle Age. So you're essentially getting to a Castle Age unit early, but, you know, not being in Castle Age for everything else. And so you need He already got good value from the army. He killed a lot of ills, but you need better value. It needs to do even more because this archer play, you spend no food. And now there's the mangonel there from Gabi onto the town center. Siege workshops needed for Thunderbolt. He is tracking these 2 crossbows back here, so that's good. He does have Elite Skirm and Bodkin, so that's good. And the game's actually pretty even if he can land a siege shot. Needs the siege workshop now. I think Gabi will want to dive and do damage. But she must remember that the skirmishers are out there. She's crazy, dude. No hesitation. Thunderbolt and his mule carts are running away. But yeah, has she gone a little bit too far? She didn't actually kill that much. She does force the villagers away, but that was a little wasteful. And now there's a longsword here. Nice attempt from Thunderbolt to try and take the mangonel. But Gabi was ready for it. And Thunderbolt always needed his own siege. He's desperate. Also, scouting is there to move back to this gold. And he just built a mule cart there. That's how I am with mule carts. Technically, you could wheel one of these over there. But I'm just not used to that. I'm used to just building a new lumber camp or a new mining camp. So what ends up happening is you've just got all these random mule carts. They're actually making your eco less efficient. So I'm not a good mule cart player. Some players are like this even at the highest level. Other players are able to just use a couple of them. But he is on the safe gold. He is on the safe wood. And he is going for a skirmisher counterattack. Hold up a second, guys. If Thunderbolt can have a defensive mangonel at the perfect time and hit Gabi's fish, he is back in this game. His TC is almost down. He's almost out of wood. But watch this from Gabi's perspective. She will get an attack signal here. That's horrible. And then out of the darkness, Thunderbolt shows up with the siege. Gabi is panicking. Thunderbolt is back. And Gabi's got to run away. And now her siege push has not done what she wanted. That was amazing from Thunderbolt. What a turnaround. You use the counterattack to set up the defense. Now Gabi knows she needs to pay attention, but she's got to completely back off. And panic TC from her in the back right now, and Thunderbolt will look for that. I think the town center will go up, but man, we've got a close game now. That was a perfect example of using an attack to set up the defense. It was so well played. I still think he's got big problems back here, though. Like, Gabi's just going to switch focus now. And Gabi still has some food income over here. These skirms can't pass by the towers. But because Gabi knew she'd be spotted, she actually didn't run through there because Thunderbolt has all the vision. Thunderbolt was dropping the town center out of fear anyways and bringing the siege over. What a game. What a great game. But here's what's great about like silver and sometimes gold, right? It's because if this opening would have been perfectly executed, the game would have been over. And it's a very forgettable game. Thunderbolt would have won. If Gabi's attack then, after what Thunderbolt did or didn't do, would have been perfectly executed, maybe the game's over. But now we've got 70 pop versus 80 pop. There's a lot to play for. Great micro from Thunderbolt. And Gabi is being extra sneaky. Town center is up for Thunderbolt, though. And he will drop another one in the back. Thunderbolt did just get hit by a shot. Thunderbolt does have some farms, which I feel are helpful, but Gabi's got a few as well. And crossbows get spotted by the town center. They snipe a villager first. Damn. This might go imp. Which you think would be rare, but I haven't been covering them because I was doing Red Bull. But there were a couple games that went to the Imperial Age on this map. There is a lot of stone and gold around. Most of the wood is towards the outside. What can end up being really strong is a big castle in the middle because they're so close together with some eco. Siege for Thunderbolt, just not in position for these crossbows, and now they're going to run on by. How does Gabi get into these areas? There also were some long swordsmen there from Thunderbolt. Gabi's going to kill off. I still really like Gabi's position. Lord, it says, I like this over Empire Wars. It's much more chill. I mean, there's not a lot of chill here, but I do prefer this over Empire Wars. I agree. Gabi's advantage is her military right now. But the skirms are here and the siege is here. And oh no, she's gone too far. Yikes, dude, no. Thunderbolt takes the score lead. What a clear. At the same time, though, Gabi just keeps coming. She keeps sending units through. And she's got another army. So she loses that army, but she's got another one here. She finds the villagers from Thunderbolt. Who cares? Who cares about that other army? They're old news. Villagers are getting sniped. And she's got a lot of time to cook up her eco behind this, right? All 3 town centers are producing. She's got the 3rd one up there on stone, and these crossbows are able to get away. Not bad for Gabi, all things considered. 68 vills for 62. Ballistics will be in for her. Ballistics really needs to come in for Thunderbolt, and he's dropping the university to do that. He is cutting her off very nicely to prevent her from escaping, but she's so freaking sneaky. Look, now she doubles back, and Thunderbolt's like, no, you don't. Speaking from experience, it's just very annoying. And I say that, like, that's meant to be a compliment, of course. And you know what happens when you are on the right side of the base here chasing down these crossbows from Gabi, you need to look at the middle or the left side of your base because there's another freaking army. Again, not speaking from experience at all. That's not saltiness at all. Yeah, I mean, she's just so freaking good at using the one attack to set up the next. Killed a couple villagers there, dips out. These crossbows are still alive. Thunderbolt missed them, but Thunderbolt's just going to roll forward now. That's also what you need against Gabi. You need to just embrace it and say, all right, I'm not catching you, but I'm not chasing you either. You got to react to me now. Kind of awkward to know where to send this army, but I mean, you might find some value. And Gabi's still sneaking into the corner here. Thunderbolt still knows that army's out there somewhere looking, searching, and we'll find it. So Thunderbolt will kill that. Thunderbolt will see some villagers running here. He could actually gain the hill against the town center here, which isn't bad. Now there's another army from Gabi. Does Thunderbolt get the attack round? Nice shot. Beautiful recovery. I really thought Thunderbolt was going to tilt out of this after the mishap in early castle. I thought he was dead. But I also thought Gabi was dead. It's the perfect AoE game, right? You think one person's dead. Think the other's dead. Back and forth. Maybe it goes imp. Gabi's going long swords? She's going to stay in Castle Age and go long swords. I thought she was going to go Imperial Age. But she's going to spend all her food on gold on long swords instead, which could work really well. But you're choosing one over the other, right? It is only skirmishers and siege for Thunderbolt. And you can't make knights if you're Dravidians. Elephants are pretty crap with them too, so you don't want to do that. You do have the villager lead, and you want to protect it. So yeah, she's going to switch almost, seems like fully out of crossbowmen into longswords. But she's losing her town center. Thunderbolt's on the way to the Imperial Age. Thunderbolt's still expanding his eco. Thunderbolt's got 1 relic and could potentially get more over time here. And if he sees the longsword switch in the back, I think he's kind of okay with it. This is actually where you want to be surprised by it. What you wouldn't want is longswords on the front and then a castle on your face. And oh boy, that weak town center is his imp TC. Gabi is actually going to castle here, which protects the right side stones and golds. And she could still click Imperial Age. She'll clear up the siege. She'll chase away the skirms. She's also pushing this way. Thunderbolts is fine. I can play longswords. I already had longsword teched. I'm going to go two-handed swordsman right now because I'm Armenians. That's pretty sick. Armenian champions against Dravidian champions incoming, potentially. Yeah, and there goes Gabi. Gabi's on the way to Imp. Spends her res there, getting eco upgrades, getting military upgrades. This is a nice castle because this is going to be a game where Thunderbolt's sending units this way and this way. Everywhere he goes, he's going to be spotted by Gabi. Gabi's got outposts on the left. Gabi's got the castle on the right. Really hard for Thunderbolt to ever surprise Gabi now. She's dropping the market in the back. She's got the monastery here to snag the relic. And here come a couple Urumi swordsmen to find the shorefish. So that's 11 villagers that are on shorefish and not on farms of that food count that Thunderbolt has. Also, Thunderbolt's blacksmith is going down, guys. Taking out someone's blacksmith in these stages is really nice. Look at just how much army Gabi has. She's got so much extra pop. The longswords are starting to arrive where they need to now. Raids on the left side. Attacks on the right side. Thunderbolt is imp, but his blacksmith is gone. So he can't get the upgrades he wants. He is flooding the two-handed swordsman into Gabi's base, though. I like that, but I think he completely missed this raid. He also needs to have units on the left side to deal with this raid. He also needs another blacksmith. In 40 seconds, Gabi can get two-handed swordsman as well. But for now, she is out-teched in that regard. She has better blacksmith techs, but two-handed swordsman is still better than the longsword because of the extra attack and HP. And nice finds here from Thunderbolt. But nice finds over here from Gabi. Gabi still has a 50 villager lead. This is probably enough. Probably good enough for Gabi. She just needed to wait for her own upgrades. And she does click two-handed swordsman. She's also going to go crossbowman. Try and plan on arbalest, which I don't hate. I mean, she has the eco to do both. Thunderbolt has the eco to do one thing and hard commit to that one thing until the eco improves. Trying to do both can be problematic, but I think Gabi's in a really good position here, guys. Still raids happening on their right. The mustached warriors are dominating, as you would expect. Outposts everywhere from Gabi for vision. She's just so hard to keep up with. There is an army here, which is a problem for Gabi, but she can bring in the two-handed swordsman to do the job now. And Thunderbolt doesn't have a castle up yet to get his unique tech, to get extra HP. He doesn't have champion in yet, and that blacksmith still has not been replaced. Champion's cheaper for Gabi as well, so there's the champ upgrade. Don't like that Gabi took the relic here, because you're always going to lose that. Would prefer the relic get taken home. Don't like that Gabi's about to get raided over here. Also, honestly, this wasn't a very good fight for Gabi either. This is the problem when you try and do too much at once, right? If she didn't switch into crossbow, she just stayed on full two-handed swordsman, this could have been better. Oh my god, there's a lot of vills exposed here. The freaking mule carts for Thunderbolt's hilarious. He's got 5 mule carts for 4 villagers there. But guys, Gabi's got a Treb here now. There's more Yurumis here protecting it. And Gabi does have champion. The champion should be good. But maybe Thunderbolt can stabilize. Oh god, oh god. He went after the Treb with the vills, thinking it was a random Treb. And it was not so random after all. Gabi's got great vision, great map control. It just feels like Thunderbolt's economy can't keep up, man. He lost too many villagers. He doesn't have the map control. He doesn't have the town centers. I say that as he's placing new town centers here underneath the trebuchets, which he can't take down. He's trying some raids on the left, but Gabi's got some army around. And now Gabi's all over the front of his base in his starting TC. Gabi lost 2-1 in her first round against a player from Chile named Husiel. Beastly player. But, I mean, Gabi, she needed some recovery here to get a good position in silver. We will still have the third game regardless. It's always a play all 3, but this is awesome from her. She saves the Trebs. Perfect. And she's massacring in the middle, and she's tracking everything on the left. She just sees everything. She sees the whole map. She's placed 14 outposts. And then, of course, you've got the castles and the town centers and everything else she's done. Oh, man. And after this start for Thunderbolt, the start was sick. I thought the game was over. He wasn't able to get the job done. Gabi, faster to castle age, changed the game with the crossbowman. Obviously, Thunderbolt held on. His counterattacks were awesome. But he just never could compete economically once Gabi got the lead in early castle age. Really well played from Gabi. But this will fall into the category. Thunderbolt will go back with his training partners. He'll go back to the drawing board. He'll look at this later, and he'll say he threw this game. Because he killed 10 vills. He lost 0. He missed that one army with his skirmishers. Had he killed that army, Gabi would have had very little in early castle. And I think the longswords, while they killed 10, could have killed a few more. Could have killed 12, 13, 14. Like, he had it. He was so close. He just needed a little bit more value. But, yeah, that's silver for you, right? Players are not going to be perfect. Gabi wasn't perfect, but she played consistently. Well played. So, we'll have the third game. The third game should be on Gabi's home map, but it's important now for Thunderbolt, just like it'll be for anyone in TTL. You got to snag one win. You have to avoid getting swept. If you get swept, very hard for you to stay alive if other people are able to win at least once. All right, so this is Gabi's home map. This is the map that she picked. Again, important for Thunderbolt. Live standings, they both played 5 games. Thunderbolt has 2 wins because he won 2-1 in his first round. Gabi has 3 wins. So actually, if Thunderbolt wins this, they're tied in the group, which makes things very interesting. But imagine you lose this, now you have to catch up to Gabi's position, and she might not necessarily be top. You need 2 more wins. So everyone matters for so much. Thunderbolt's gone for the Persians, and he's going for an early barracks. Wow. Okay, so the map is Mudflow. You have 2 fish underneath your TC. You do, for wood, have some reeds around, but the reeds only have 50 wood. So if you do the math here, you've got 5 reeds around for Gabi. That's 250 wood. I always thought it was 4, but no, it's 5. So that's important because you need the barracks, you need the house, then you have no wood. Then eventually you're going to need a lumber camp, which usually goes into the middle. There's just a lot of stuff you have to do. And you have to make villas, and you have to make the militia, which isn't easy. But what Thunderbolt is looking for is the wood line. Now, I think this might be the first time Thunderbolt has debuted this strat. It has happened before. But in order for this to work, he has to find the wood line, but also it's counting on the fact that Gabi doesn't wall off the wood line. So there's a couple things that Gabi could look to here to give her information. If she sees the score is really high for Thunderbolt, she might consider it because that means there's military and eco. But if you also see the scout like really hovering around your wood line, you might know as well. But here come the militia. You're just hoping that Gabi's not loomed, and you're looking for the lumber camp if you're Thunderbolt. He's checked here. He's checked here. He's got to go up here. Gabi's going for big long-term walls. Like, these are not walls that tell me she expects the militia. There's Gabi's scout. Sees the scout from Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt moving the militia over. Gabi will see this. She sees it. And she's got enough wood to wall it up. That's huge already. That's huge. Honestly, though, I think Thunderbolt just needs to attack the house and manage your economy. Because it's a rough opening. It's still a playable game. You can take down a house very quickly. Would just love to see him cut his losses. This is a long journey for basically nothing. At least if you attack the house, houses are expensive. And they have no armor. So you never want to attack a palisade. Attack the house or try and deny other resources. But you compromise your whole opening for that to get damaged, guys. It's a very frustrating feeling for Thunderbolt. It doesn't mean it's game over or anything. He'll drop his own wood line, his own lumber camp. But yeah, I'd like to see just attack the house. Or maybe even attack these houses if you find them. Dracius is... Thunderbolt is Italian, question mark? Oh, you better be careful there, Draccio. My Bulgarian audience, which might be one person, is very upset that you said they were Italian. How dare you? The colors are similar, but no, it's Bulgaria. Sorry to that person. Or, you know, people. Yeah, so I think you actually have the hill here. Watch how fast that house goes down. So I was thinking you could do that over here. That way Gabi couldn't bring any more villas to the wood line. And that was a lot of wasted time. Where Gabi hasn't had to build a new house or repair. But still, that house may need to be repaired. Or maybe it ends up going down. I'm not sure which. And behind this, Thunderbolt's actually going to click up. So I think you can only do that with the Persians because of the extra wood you start with. Nice recovery. Gabi was repairing the house. Thunderbolt tried to attack the mill, and Gabi shot it down with the town center. So, oh, but Gabi forgot her mill. She had the food to click up. She tried to click up, but she forgot her second building. So that's obviously this strategy, while it hasn't killed what Thunderbolt wanted to kill, it did at least affect Gabi mentally there. Now, this is amphibious terrain, so you can actually dock here. And we can see demos, we can see galleys. All the stone on this map is also in there, so you got most of the stone in the wood, and then all the gold is on the outside. Spread out. It's also double berries on this map. So really good if you want to place multiple mills. And you can't farm around the town center. So your farmers are going to be really exposed long term. So it's a great map for full army, which is, I think, what Gabi's plan is here. I'm pretty sure Gabi just wants to go full scouts with the Jurchens. Ooh. Or not. She's going for a dock. And it's so important for Thunderbolt to keep this scout alive. I think he's been way too desperate for damage, right? He was hoping he could kill that build, but you got to understand, you're always going to lose your militia to the town center. And he wants to kill that villain, and you got to understand that's not going to happen either. Guys, without the scout, this is horrible. If Gabi opens with a demo, that whole wood line could go down. Oh, no. There's a demo in queue. Yikes. And you just don't have your scout. You just don't have your scout. Gabi's still super housed, though. Like, 42 seconds of TC idle time. Her buildup has been off, to say the least. And here she comes with her scout. And she's up against Persian economy, too. So she needs this demo. And she's like, all right. But, I mean, Thunderbolt doesn't have any indicators that this needs to be walled in. I think you should always wall it in because Gabi's going to go scouts otherwise. But here comes the demo. Here comes the demo. I'm going to watch this from Thunderbolt's perspective because there is a scout. The scout missed it. Now there's another scout. Now there's another scout. Ah! Panic! Panic! Quick walls! Quick walls! Oh, dude, that could have been so much worse. They lost one good man, but it's okay. That could have been the whole wood line. Nice save from Thunderbolt. Damn. And now he knows there's a dock. And now he knows he needs to be careful there. But guys, I'm really liking Thunderbolt's economy. He's got 3 farms already. He's got the other mill already saturated. He's got the scouts out on the fields. I mean, this area of berries hasn't been taken yet for Gabi. She still didn't make many scouts. Like, this just doesn't really feel that sharp for her. Especially just early feudal age has been rough. The scouts are here. Thunderbolt runs into a spearman. And he gets hit initially, so I think he was really not happy with that hit, and he wants to make it worthwhile, and he ends up losing the scout for the spear. That's fine. Gabi housed again. Holy house. This is crazy. This is the housing market is far too realistic right now from Gabi. This is horrible. There's just not enough houses. I guess maybe the houses would also be too expensive, but the Jurchens don't have an anti-bonus for that. But my God, this is brutal. She's not going to make another demo, so that dock's kind of a waste. But we don't have a spearman here from Thunderbolt. And that villager's going to go down. Thunderbolt doesn't know that Gabi has a minute and 10 seconds of idle TC. All Thunderbolt knows is he just lost another villager, and he's down 2 games. I think this is a map where you could make 10 spearmen, and you could never question it. There's just so much exposed eco. And Jurchen scouts are really strong, too. Look at how weak this villager is. And again, Gabi goes for a villager, but she sees the spear, and she'll be patient. A Thunderbolt moving in this way, sees 2 spearmen, has to be patient. Messy games, you tend to get housed a little bit more, too, right? So, keep an eye on that. Scout's still patrolling around for Thunderbolt. Very nice for Gabi that she's got her woodline walled in. Gabi kills another Vil. Jurchen scouts. Super smooth. The Thunderbolt just cannot find villagers that are not protected. Oh, he wants that Vil so bad. He wants that Vil so bad. Ah! That's not the Vil. Can Gabi save it? Thunderbolt will... Oh, it's on 1 HP. No, 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 no. All right, guys. I have an offer for you. If you subscribe to the stream, I can name you after that villager. Or not name you. I don't get to name you. I'm not your mom. But, you know, I'll name the villager after you. It's 2 HP now. It's very healthy. You should consider this offer. Nice snipe there from Gabi. Thunderbolt's still hoping for damage. There's always a spearman position from Gabi. Okay, LFG. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got you. Good luck out there. Good luck on that farm. That's as safe as you can get. Boom. I'll keep you control grouped. Oh, no. 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 Okay, you're fine. You're fine. My biggest worry here, I don't ever want anyone to regret supporting the stream, you know? Except in this case. That was just your own fault. You really can't blame me. And Gabi is actually bringing her scouts home. We've got galleys being massed in the dock, which seemed like a very good call. Both players could maybe consider that. And there's a dock now from Thunderbolt too. So this is different from other maps you could consider hybrid. Because typically hybrid maps have fish reward. And so you have to dock. You have to take the fish. But here you'd be docking primarily for military control. Guys, pause. Oh, I screwed it up. Look at the resources collected right now. That's insane. 5817 for both. It actually upticks. And it is slightly off there. But that's crazy close. Here comes the galley, which Thunderbolt will see. But Gabi doesn't know that Thunderbolt has a dock. Demo's at 50%. Gabi sees that dock, and she is fortunate that she wasn't there a little bit later. Demo's too late for Thunderbolt. Spearman might be too late as well. He needs more Spearmen over here. They're all spread out. Galley is behind the wood line, and Gabi's going in right now. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Gabi, 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 Gabi! Thunderbolt! Huh? I'm so confused. There's a lot happening. That's the only explanation. A 2-scout counterattack from Thunderbolt. Oh! No! LFG died. Thunderbolt. How dare you, man? Oh, that's sick, though, from Thunderbolt. He remembered that villager. He was pissed he didn't get that snipe. Beautiful attention to detail. He is adding a fire, which could deal with these 2 galleys. Still roaming around with scouts. Both players thinking about Castle Age, maybe. Now there's a demo! Oh, my goodness. Every time a demo could land. I mean, maybe the strat from Thunderbolt is you build up Gabi's confidence so she never thinks it's a demo, and then you boom her. But if those scouts were dead right now, life would be great. That fire galley can't attack that other galley. It was tasked to the wrong ship, and oh man, big problems here for Thunderbolt. The scouts are still roaming around. Thunderbolt needs a win. Both are on the way to Castle Age, but I kind of feel like a second dock makes a lot of sense right now. Because that's where all the wood is. And Thunderbolt sold his stones, so he can't drop a tower. Oh my god. Here we go. Here we go. He had a plan. He had a plan. He had a plan. Go in, go in, go in, go in. Can he make it? Oh, Gabi saw it. No, Gabi saw it. No, no, no. So sad. Oh, dude. I mean, it needs to hit before they're ready, right? It's very well played from Gabi to get the quick wall. I can't tell. Was there a hole here? I can't tell. It looked like the pathing from the demo got blocked by a random villager. I think if he spam clicked, he maybe gets through and the whole woodline's dead, which is crazy. Gabi's got more scouts. Gabi's got more ships. Gabi will be Castle Age faster. It's really hard to envision Gabi losing this game. She's just got so much more than Thunderbolt does. And those spears for Thunderbolt were the only thing he had protecting his farms from the scouts, but I think he's gotten desperate. I think he's convinced himself that spearmen have enough bonus damage against ships for that to be okay, and that is not the case. And now there's no spearmen here to protect, and Gabi's about to get the sweep, which could put her near the top of this group in Titans League Silver. Yeah, these scouts are going to be way too strong. You don't even need the upgrades, man. You don't even need the upgrades. Everything's going to die here. Cav Archers is the choice for Thunderbolt. He does have a Spearman here. No real counterattack. He's losing his fires here. There's a demo. With how this game has been going for Thunderbolt, the demo will be a waste, and it is. Somehow the Vil count's even. I do not understand that. But it's not uncommon for Gabi to have a lot of idle TC. It's in fact, very common for her. So the 10-2 Eco KD isn't enough. I guess it's also against Persians. And Persian TCs work really quickly, so. I think Gabi having the water control is quite nice against Cav Archers. Galleys are... Oh! Oh my god! Galleys are really good against Cav Archers. And so are demos. And Gabi gets the 3-0. You do feel for Thunderbolt. Because there were so many opportunities where he was so close to getting the demos. And I also feel he will feel a little unlucky at times with the build in the early game with the militia. I do feel he tried to do a little too much with the militia. I do think sometimes due to the pressure, you forget how good the other person is at defending and you take some risks. But I also at the same time respect the risks. Gabi takes a lot of risks, and she just gets away with it. So, well played to Gabi. I think Thunderbolt will be back. Thunderbolt will be back. He had a good opening round. I think this group will be really close in silver. But yeah, well played. Res collected was pretty close there. But Gabi just took so many good engagements, right? 34 kills, 9 deaths. Crazy how good those fights were. She kept every scout alive. The spearmen were always where they needed to be. The fires, the demos, everything. Just got perfect value.